We just got a bunch of Bills updates from head coach Sean McDermott, roster moves, rumors going around this team and players, as well as awards being released and dropped. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar. And let's be honest, we all want the same thing. Come Sunday time, we want an ice-cold Labatt, a Buffalo Bills win, and there's a good chance we are going to jump through and smash some tables. And the same way you guys smash those tables come Sunday time, I want you guys to smash that like and subscribe button, because take a look at this. 97% of you guys who are watching right now, 97, come on, y'all, are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army, stay in touch here at Bills Digest with all your latest Bills news. Let's enjoy this crazy ride of a season together. Let's talk about it, let's break it down, and let's keep you guys in touch so you guys know what you guys are talking about. So, guys, Thursday's practice has officially wrapped, and we had a bunch of news break and news going on. Obviously, the injury report did release. Let's take a look at that. So, obviously, the big thing you guys are seeing right now is Dion Dawkins did not practice, but it is okay. He was excused. He did have a small plane crash on his property. No one was hurt. Everybody was safe. So, again, nothing to worry about. Nothing injury related for him. It was just he was excused as that happened. Also, other news, bail inspector who did not practice on Wednesday did practice in a limited capacity, and the same guys who were limited on Wednesday were limited as well. So trending in the right direction for a lot of these guys. Obviously with Taylor Rapp, Damar Hamlin, Rasul Douglas, all guys who did not play last week against the Lions. They were limited, so it looks like there is a chance they're going to play. We will get a better idea of how Friday's practice goes, as Wednesday is usually a walkthrough. Thursday is more of a heavy-duty practice, and then Friday they get into the nitty-gritty of the week and kind of figure out who's going to play and installation and everything. On top of that, the Bills also did make a roster move. They they signed Casey Tuhill and released Eli Anku. Again, just a smaller practice squads move. Obviously, with the Bills having Dwayne Carter back, they already have 6 defensive tackles. They don't need any more, but I have a feeling Eli will be a phone call away, just as the opportunity. You never know what can happen in this league. And then bringing in Casey Tuhill. Smoot was still not 100%. So again, if Smoot can't go, they will probably use Tuhill. And again, just another body to bring in through the week, as the Bills have had a pass rushing quote unquote issue. Obviously not against the Lions, but there are many games this year where the pass rush has gone ghost, and I think they're just trying to get more bodies into the building and just getting more guys to try and see what they can do. Sean McDermott and Bobby Babich are infamous for having a rotating D-line, so they like to go have a game day roster with a lot of D linemen. So again, you're going to have a lot of guys coming in and out of the roster, coming in and out of the team, because again, they like having fresh bodies snap to snap. And then now, on top of that, obviously we had the housekeeping with the injuries and the roster moves. But on top of that, Mr. Josh Allen does it again. He wins himself another award to put in his crown of his MVP run. He wins the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, putting the Bills at a total of 8 Player of the Weeks, setting a franchise record, as well as having the most in the NFL currently. I don't want to hear any of that Lamar Jackson talk. Josh is putting up historical numbers week in and week out. I mean, look at this. He became the first player in NFL history to record multiple passing TDs, 350 yards passing, multiple rushing TDs, and 60 yards rushing in the same game, including the playoffs. Obviously, poking a bit of fun at the Baltimore Ravens social media account who did put us out a stat that Lamar did something and Josh did in the playoffs against the Patriots in the perfect game. So putting out this false propaganda for this Lamar MVP trophy. Lamar's doing it against these Mickey Mouse defenses, against the 5 touchdowns against the New York Giants. That is a Mickey Mouse defense. Don't come at me with that stuff, because you know what Josh is doing against the 1 seed and the 4 seed of the NFC. Good teams. The Giants are a top 3 pick team. the Bills are beating top 4 playoff teams in the NFC. Put some respect to my man's name. On top of that, he also becomes the first player all time with at least 2 passing TDs, 2 rushing TDs in the consecutive games, and then the first player all time with 3 such in games in a season. And also, he ties Mr. Patrick Mahomes for the second most regular season wins by a quarterback in his first 7 seasons in NFL history. So again, from going from the MVP, not MVP, MVP yesterday, the Nickelodeon valuable player, and now to being the AFC Player of the Week, Josh is just on fire. Now, going into the rumor mill, the Miami Dolphins are obviously not in a playoff position. They are fighting for their playoff lives. And again, there's chance that they get bounced very early and their playoff hopes die very quickly if they do not win this week. And there's news going around that certain Dolphins players are asking for the opportunity to get cut and sign with a contender. And there's a certain player whose name has been in the rumor mill who I think the Bills have a potential opportunity to look at and bring in. And no, I am not talking about Jordan Poyer. This is Calais Campbell, maybe a future Hall of Famer, a all-pro defensive end, a guy who has worked before with Greg Rousseau, obviously during Groot's draft process. Rousseau worked heavy with Calais Campbell. They're kind of the same build, about around 6'7", 6'6", long wingspan. Both went to the University of Miami. So again, there's a little bit of connection there. Calais Campbell has been on Super Bowl contending teams. He knows what it takes to win in this league. He is still putting up solid stats even at his back 9 career stage where he's at. And I think it's just a good opportunity for the Bills to really bring in a guy, add another weapon to the pass rush game, give him a bit of flexibility to move Greg Rousseau around. There were parts last year and the year before where they would put Rousseau up against the guard and use his long wingspan, but they haven't had the opportunity, obviously, because they don't have a Leonard Floyd that like they had last year to kind of move Rousseau around. So I think Calais Campbell brings a bit of flexibility to the Bills defense. He brings a locker room presence that the Bills are always going to look to add. The vibes are up, but having another veteran voice, veteran leader, a guy who knows what it takes to win in this locker room is always good. Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane are infamous for bringing in guys like this just to work out with the young guys, teach Rousseau, teach Smoot. Again, guys are always looking to learn. Putting this guy opposite of Vaughn, opposite of Rousseau, opposite of AJ are just an opportunity that I think the Bills should look at. And again, there's going to be a few players, I think, in the rumor mill who are going to want to get cut and go on these playoff contending teams because there are guys in their later stage of their career who doesn't want to ring. And I think the Bills are finally at a point where they are a destination where players want to go to win a championship. They have cap space to do it. So again, a veteran minimum. They obviously brought in Micah Hyde a few weeks ago, who has obviously been with this team for years. But again, I think there's an opportunity here to make a actual upgrade and actual guy who can contribute to the team. But that's all for me, guys. Let me know what you guys think below, what you think of the roster moves, who do you think is going to play this week, as well as what do you guys think? Do you think we should bring in Calais Campbell? Will he be any significance to this team? I think he will, but let me know what your thoughts below. And as always, please like, subscribe, and go Bills, guys.